Let's get into the real deal here for the roundtable, guys. It's already, I can't believe that we're already December 10th, man. Like we're towards the tail end of the year, right? Tail end of Q4. We got stuff that we're finishing up this year, but we also have a lot of training that we've got to put into ourselves. There's a lot of stuff that we need to be working on right now to prep for a 2026 season. It's really, really important that we don't just get stagnant and still, because that's when you curl up kind of in that fetal position and you start to get drawn back to that place of being average, guys, and you don't want that. You want to be surrounding yourself with people who actually love to build culture, people that love and care about you, man, and truly want you to be successful in your life. That's who you want to be surrounded by. So build culture, be surrounded by culture that matches you, right? That's such an important thing, guys. And always be learning. Man, you guys ever heard of the name Brad Jacobs? You ever heard of that name? Brad Jacobs, man. Pretty wild story. Guys, Brad Jacobs is a pretty cool cat. You ever heard of United Rentals? He built that company to $30+ billion valuation in less than 11 years. He also built, you ever heard of XPO Logistics? XPO Logistics? Massive company, man, multi-billion-dollar company. Bottom line is, guys, in 30 years of his life, he built $6 billion plus companies. Isn't that cool? Isn't that a great accomplishment? Isn't that wild? And started with nothing. Yeah. And it's cool, like when you look at actually when you start digging into who he is and what he believes in, man, it's like culture and alignment and making sure that we're in the right mindset, right? Always be learning, always be driving that mindset of taking on things that you didn't know before. And so one of the things that we can all agree, I think we can all agree that we are who we are because of the past up until this present moment, right? We are all who we are up until this present moment because of the path that we traveled. That doesn't mean that we need to replicate what we've done in the past. You have the opportunity in this present moment to make a shift into a direction. Into a direction. It doesn't have to be the destination, but into the direction of where you may want to go in life. And as long as you're willing to point in that direction, then you've taken that first step. The second step is making sure that you've got the right people around you. I'm telling you guys right now that if I didn't have Matthias and Dylan McCann in my corner right now, the direction that I'm pointed right now would not be as filled with conviction as what I have because of the people that I have in my corner. Do you follow what I mean, guys? If my wife, if my mother, if my stepfather, if my brothers, if my family, if our team at AK, if you guys weren't the people that I wanted to be surrounded by to get me to where I want to go, I would have to change what I'm in to get to where I want to go. And so you guys, evaluate that circle, man. Evaluate that circle as you're going forward. We're going into the tail end of the year. Make sure you're prepped and ready for 2026. So I've got a question for you guys. We had a conversation this morning, Mr. McCann, on our AK dash huddle. And we spoke about something really important. And I think we should give kind of, an early bird announcement around what it is that we're going to be shooting from a content perspective, and also just helping the people that show up, because I see a lot of you right here who show up and have showed up. Man, the number of meetings that Billy has attended here, I'll tell you what, there's a lot. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of meetings that he's attended here. All right. And he's here again, man. All right. You guys are all here for a reason as well, right? I think. Cool. We want to drop something with you guys that's really important. McCann, do you want to share what we spoke about, man, and just make sure that we're sharing this right now? It's a really important thing that you guys get set on this.
We're talking about 2026 revenue roadmap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we were just talking about, more or less that, most people kind of shut off on December 1st and they're like, all right, holidays are here, I'll pick it up in the new year. And the reality is that understanding where you want to be in 2026 starts now. and understanding what the revenue roadmap and the sort of earning potential that you desire to have next year starts now. If you don't know that you're chasing 200,000, 500,000, seven figures, and if you're not planning for that right now, you're not going to hit it because you're not going to understand how many proposals, how many assessments, how many leads, how many phone calls, how many emails you're going to have to send. Now is the time to start, and now is the time to make those kind of announcements to yourself, because if you don't talk about it internally and if you don't share it with people around you to hold you accountable, it's not going to happen. So we're going to be doing a lot of content just around how to prepare for the new year, how to set goals for the new year, and how to really understand the numbers behind hitting your goal, and how to get started early. So early bird gets the worm. That's the truth of the matter. So
It's the other thing that we were digging into too is like this stuff, guys, is not like, I'll give you an example, like the 18-month plan that we coach, right? Like we talk when we're working with our clients and we're digging into 18-month plans, and what does the next 18 months look like for us, right? We have a document that we go through, and we make sure that the 18 months is more visible. It's not just a vision board that's on the wall, but it actually lays out the roadmap that you need to follow in order to get to that vision board, right? Because you can think about something in the destination and you can see that it may look bright to you, but once you start to get walking down that path, man, you don't see that there's canyons and rivers and all kinds of different things that you got to trek through. So we better lay out what that pathway looks like to get to that destination as best as we can, because that creates that manifestation, that energy that you need to be able to get closer to where you want to go. You follow? It's really, really important, man. And so a lot of us end up in a spot where we set the revenue roadmap now, right? At this going into January 2026. And then January 2026 comes through and we hit January 2027 and we don't reset it. We don't recalibrate. And if we don't do that, it means that we're setting something up and we're leaving it because we get busy with other stuff, and we're not resetting something that's one of the most important things for you to set relating to hitting your financial goals in your life. Now, we know that revenue is vanity, cash is sanity, so it's important to think about gross margin, gross profit, these numbers that you can actually see within the platforms. Like in AK Dash, we do have the revenue roadmap. If you're using an alternative system, if they don't have it, do it on a Google Sheet. Do it on something that allows you to at least have access to the revenue roadmap, right? And make sure that you're not just setting the revenue roadmap and assuming that you're getting closer to that end goal through your revenue. You really need to know what things are looking like, not just assumptive, but how they're actually unfolding with your business. You need to know the number of proposals you have out. You need to know their average proposal amount. You need to know your conversion rate. You need to know your gross profit. Do you guys follow me on this? It's really, really, really important. This is some magic sauce right here, guys, that a lot of people don't apply to their business. They're like, I want to build a 7-figure business. Cool. What does that look like? What does that roadmap look like? Show it to me. you know, I'll ask you guys, like, straight up, just raise your hand, be honest with me. Like 2026, do you guys have your revenue roadmap and a clear understanding of where you want to go revenue wise and what your gross profit's going to be, the number of proposals that you need to put out at what average proposal amount? Raise your hand if you've got that all nailed for 2026. Be honest. Hand halfway. And this is not a difficult thing to do, just to be clear. It's not difficult. It'll take you probably a day worth of work. You get proper training, get Mackie to train you on this stuff. Like, frankly, I'm just going to be transparent with you guys. Just the revenue roadmap solution within AK Dash is worth $50 a month, guys, just to be transparent. Okay. Like, holding you accountable to your financial goals at $50 a month is not worth that to you guys. Do it, track it, do it somewhere separately. Just make sure that you're doing it. Because there's nothing worse, guys, than going out there and working your ass off for 2026 to find out at the end of the road that you weren't tracking anything or holding yourself accountable relating to the numbers to make money at the end of the year and throughout that year. I think we all would all agree that we don't want to just go work our ass off. We actually want to have a tactical plan to get to where we want to go. We're here to help you with that. All right. So I don't want to keep beating the bush, but please, please, please ask for help. If you don't know how to do it, ask for help. That's what we're here, right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Billy. Yeah. So, that's an important thing, guys. Don't let things that do work, don't let them just fade away. Make sure to reset, recalibrate, and move forward. Make sense?
Can I add to that? Sometimes if we look at it from a perspective of, let's say, past season, did we hit our targets? Did we not hit our targets? What are we looking at doing that's going to bump up from last season slash, going forward? Are we looking at an increased target? Are we looking at the same target because we didn't hit it last year? And then if we do hit our targets, are we moving our target back up again so we're more challenged for the next part of that season? Whether it's midway through and you're suddenly hitting all your targets, you're like, man, I already beat my last year's numbers. Let's move the target up so you still have a challenge in front of you that you can work towards.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, one of the things that we teach a lot, that you guys hear often is you've heard pavement assessments, right? You've heard that quite often. Pavement assessments, making sure that we're providing an assessment for a property. It's like a report card or a medical report for a parking lot. We're learning that the pothole army, for those guys that are on the pothole army here, like we're really making sure that you guys understand that piece of it. But what happens is at times somebody may not want an assessment. They may want something more than that. Jimmy, can you kind of share what transpired or what your question was in the group, man, just to help everyone understand, and then we can tactically approach giving some advice around that.
Right. Yeah, I made a phone call to a property manager of like a strip mall, and I was going through, hey, I'm Jimmy Riley with Fremont Surface Care and everything like that, and I offered him the free lot assessment, and he just said, yeah, just go give me a quote. And you know I was trying to go over everything, and you know trying to go through the motions, and he's just like, just go out there. If anyone, I'm not going to be there. Just, you don't need to talk to anybody. Just go, do your thing. Give me the quote. If anyone gives you any problems, just tell them I sent you. So, I just entered the conversation there. I got his name and email address and stuff, so I could, send everything to him the proper way. But I just didn't know exactly, I'd never had anyone, you know, just say, yeah, just go give me a quote.
Interesting, right? And when we hear that, like, well, I guess you heard my voice notes in the group. So what was the learning that you did as it relates to that? Because there can be two ways of somebody asking for a quote, right?
Right. Yeah. You said that, it could either be, just wasting my time. But then also you said that doing the video walkthrough would be very important. And that's definitely, what I'm going to do. Going to go out there, do a very thorough video walkthrough. And when I send that in to them, it's going to have everything in full detail.
Or you ever have somebody talk to you, or you're speaking with someone and they're like, yeah, just give me a quote. You ever had that happen? You know what that means? Usually when somebody says, yeah, just give me a quote, most of the time, I'll say 99% of the time, you know what it means? Don't waste my time, just get lost. Now, if somebody says that and you go and you walk the lot and you take 20, 30, 40 minutes and you're doing what you need to do to get the information relating to the data portion of the pavement so that you can calculate the square footage, you can go and count the number of stalls, you're counting the linear feet of cracks on this thing. You go back, you go to your platform, your quoting platform, you go and draft the whole proposal, and you're 2 hours in on this thing, right? And then you send it to them, and then what do you usually hear back from them if you send it to someone that says, just give me a quote? What do you usually hear? What ends up happening most of the time? For those of you that are experienced, what's your general feedback when somebody does that? Matt Phillips is coming off mute.
Are you asking us when they ask for a quote, what we do immediately after when they ask for a quote?
So imagine, Sean, you approach me and you say, you know, you own a pavement asset management company. You've noticed that my parking lot, you know, has some safety challenges, and you'd love to get a pavement assessment over to me to be able to call out the liability risks so that we don't, goodness forget gracious, have a trip and fall accident like Target had, let's say, with that $7.2 million case. And you're sending that, you're pitching that to me. And I say, yeah, thanks, Sean. Just give me a quote. What I'm saying is that it's usually a rushed way of saying, just get lost. Like, I don't have the time for you. That's generally it. What I didn't do is say, oh, that's really interesting. Tell me more about what you guys do, right? Like, tell me more. And then you engage and you start going through the closer framework in the clarify stage where you're literally asking me all the open-ended questions so that myself as a property owner is unloading all of the painful things relating to my property with you and the way that I want it to be dealt with so that you can then label a problem, overview the past pain, sell the vacation, explain away the concerns, and then reinforce the decision and walk me through a sales process. Instead, you will have some people that will just say, yes, send me a quote, and you don't even get through the clarify stage. I will never, ever, ever send anyone a quote until I truly have gone through that clarify stage in the closer framework. You guys, if you don't know the closer framework, it's CLOSER, closer framework. Okay. We teach it, we coach it, it's in the vault. You can watch videos on YouTube that I've done about it. Closer framework. You have to get through the C stage and the L stage in order to even validate whether or not you're going to give them a quote or an assessment. Otherwise, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be wasting your time. Anybody, raise your hand if you like to waste your time. Be honest.
You'll also find that inside it feels amazing. You're like, oh, sweet, I got stuff I can do. It's nothing.
So Jimmy's going to do a role practice with us, right, Jimmy? Is that what you're going to do tonight? You're going to role practice, brother? Hey, we're here to practice.
Yeah,
We're
definitely.
here to practice together, right? We're here to practice, right? I mean, at the end of the day, might as well practice with each other and have some fun so that when we get out there in the real world, we can get through that. So, hey, Jimmy, you asked me a question in the Pothole Army group or you asked the whole team a question, which was, you know, can I skip the assessment stage, just go right through to quote? And my answer is save your time until you know that it's a valid opportunity for you. And so let's roll on that a little bit. Are you cool? Cam, you have your hand up. Do you want to chime in on this right now?
I just have a question. So basically, if you get something like that, would it be best to turn around and, I don't know if the phrase is right, kind of hit them between the eyeballs and turn around and say, so basically what I'm understanding is you're not interested. Because if they give you a yes at that point, you know that you don't have to waste your time. Or what do you?
Yeah, it's a great question, right? It depends on the person that I was dealing with. I have a feeling that if I would say that to you, you might tell me to go F off. But I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean it in a total positive sense, right? I'm like, so you have to feel that person out, and that's why the clarify stage. So like, you know, Cam, you know, you're telling me to send you a quote, is that right?
Yes.
Work with me, roll with me. You're
Yeah,
telling me that you want me to get over a quote to you, right?
correct.
Got it. Have you thought about these pavement repairs that we've discussed already?
Not at all.
Got it. Got it. And have you seen the liability risks, the tripping hazards that are on site?
No, I haven't been down there for months, so I have no clue what's going on down there.
Got it. Has any other contractors approached you yet?
No.
Got it. So this is completely new to you. We're showing you right now that there's liability risks. We're telling you about this, and this is something that you need to know because the last thing you'd want is somebody falling on your lot, correct?
Correct.
Got it. And is this something that you would foresee you doing in the next 30 days if the price was right so that we could get the work done for you?
It's definitely something we take into consideration.
What are the top 3 questions that you have for me right now? I'm the pavement professional. I can help you with your pavement asset needs. What are your top 3 questions for me at this point?
Um, at this point, probably what exactly all needs to be done in there. So I don't know if there's possibly a time that you're looking to go down and take a look at that, because I'm assuming that's what you guys need to do to figure out what to assess it. So maybe I need to meet you down there so you can educate me on what needs to be done.
Cam, I'd love to meet you down there. Hey, listen, I've got availability on Tuesday at 10 a.m. or is 2 p.m. better for you?
2 p.m.
Fantastic. And is there anybody else that's a decision maker at your business, or are you the one that actually makes the decisions relating to your pavement there for the business?
It's mostly me.
Mostly you. So you you have a boss, I guess, right? You got a boss.
A committee.
Committee, cool, cool. What do you think the committee would want to see when we get them over the presentation relating to the assessment and the proposal? What are they going to want to see? What's important to them? Do you know?
Usually it's education. They work off of what I bring to them, and so it's up to me to, I guess, be educated, and that's why I'm saying if you're gonna do this, I should probably understand what exactly is going on down there so I can bring it back to them and have them educated after the fact.
So yeah, and I can actually do a walkthrough, a video presentation as well, so that you can play that when you have your meeting, so that everything is detailed in there as to how we're going to keep your pavement assets safe, long lasting, and looking great. You know, that's ultimately what we do here. We're not just a contractor, to be clear. We're a pavement asset management company, and we really build relationships for life. We like to build lifelong accounts. And so if you give us an opportunity to really do some great work for you, we can show you how committed we are to taking care of your pavement needs. How does it sound?
Sounds good.
Excellent, excellent. Looking forward to meeting you. Here's what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to send you an email, and I'm also going to send you a calendar invite that details everything that we've spoken about to make sure everything's set up right, Cam. Is there anybody else that you'd like CC'd on that email? Perhaps other people on the committee?
Yeah, I'll give you the names.
Great, fantastic. Appreciate the names very much. Is there any other questions that you have before we hop off here?
Not at this moment, no.
Excellent, excellent. Hey, listen, if any questions do pop up, feel free to text me. I'm going to go and send you a text right now. What's your mobile number?
780-123-1234.
Great. I'm going to send it to you right now. Did you happen to get my text?
Yep.
Awesome. Excellent. Hey, now that we're connected there, if there's any questions that pop up, just shoot me a text right back. I'll answer. My phone's always on my hip. Really looking forward to providing service for you relating to your pavement needs, man. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.
And it's the way I would probably roll. Yeah, it's always a little bit different, but I need to hear you speak. We need to uncover what's going on a little bit. I need to know if there's more people involved. I didn't ask you about budget. Have you allocated a budget? I missed that, right? But this is practice, right? These are the environments. I mean, look at all these beautiful faces on here. Look at the email addresses, the company names. Look at Anthony, A+ seal coating in the house. Like, look, I mean, we got all these awesome people. You guys are partners, man. Team, what's the acronym? TEAM. What does that stand for? Sean, I know you know. You know, Sean, what it is? Anybody know TEAM? What's the acronym? Come on, guys. Together, everyone achieves more. Right? What I'm saying is you guys got email and connections right here, man. Call each other. Role practice. Do it. Look in the mirror. Role practice with yourself. It's one of the funniest things that you'll ever do. It's like trying to play cards with yourself. It doesn't always work that well, but at least you break the ice. Right? Cool. Jimmy, you ready? I hope there's some good energy in that iced tea, man.
Oh yeah, Arizona green tea. I love it.
Okay. McCann, you want to roll or you want me to roll with Jimmy? What are you in the mood for?
Why don't you roll with Jimmy? I'm multitasking.
I can see your eyeballs. Yeah, Dylan's been back to back to back, right? You've been pretty busy today, buddy.
That's every day. That's what we do here.
Man, we got some surprises for the whole community, huh?
Hey man, I like to keep things under wraps until it's done.
We got something so cool on the horizon for you guys coming in the new year. You have no idea. It's going to be awesome. We're so excited, man. Game-changing stuff. Okay. Dylan's like, don't talk anymore.
Matthias, do you still have mute function on your side? Are you co-host?
Yeah, I'm only co-host. He's the host, so override.
I got the
Gonna take
power.
the gonna take the mic away from him. Just do your role practice before you give too much away.
Okay, cool. Well, I just want you guys. I'd go straight into battle with you guys, man. You guys are all awesome. We love and appreciate you guys, and thanks for showing up. And I know that we've got Coach Schuyler in the house too. Coach Schuyler just showed up on camera. He's been busy. You've been busy. Whole family. Babies and businesses and B&Bs and real estate and all this stuff that you're building, man. Look at the empire. I love it. Legacy. Proud of you, bro. All right, let's hop in, Jimmy. Let's do it. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So who am I? I'm the customer. What business do I own?
Um, let's I mean, I know you don't know a whole lot about um down here or up here where I'm at, but let's go with you're in charge of the a strip mall that
Cool.
houses restaurants, different malls, shopping center, everything like that.
Love it. Have you ever role practiced in front of 20 people before?
Never.
Don't be nervous. It's nothing. I love it. Don't worry about it. We're good, right, Anthony? We're good. Yes, sir. All right, let's do it. All right, no, Jimmy, let's just have fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, cool. So, strip mall, and are we in person or are you on a call? Let's kind of simulate what you're dealing with right now. Is it a phone call?
Yeah, yeah, phone call.
Phone call. All right, cool. Ring, ring, ring. And what's my name? What's my name?
Tony.
All right, cool. Ring, ring, ring. Hi, this is Tony speaking with Strip Malls R Us.
Hey, Tony, this is Jimmy Riley with Fremont Surface Care. We're a local pothole hunting agency, and what we do is we literally locate and hunt pothole and tripping hazards to protect your business from liabilities.
Wow, cool, cool, cool. And yeah, tell me more. So like,
So, are you the
you
the
guys.
person that are you the person that would handle the parking lot safety there?
It would be myself and actually one of our maintenance managers over here, Rob.
Okay, all right, great. So what I'm doing right now is I'm offering free pavement assessments to businesses in your area, and I was wondering if I could get your business on the books.
Hey, yeah, and so when are you coming to do these assessments?
Well, I'll be in town tomorrow. Would noon or 3 o'clock work better for you?
You know what? I'm gonna have a hard time being on site. Why don't you just send me over a quote?
Well, I understand that you're busy, and I do have a few questions. I when was the last time you were on the lot?
Oh man, it's been weeks, probably 3, 4 weeks since I've been on the lot. I'm a pretty busy guy.
Okay, and the reason why I ask is, I live, only 15 minutes away, and I travel there quite often, and I did notice in the summer you did have it freshly seal coated and line striped, and there's now 3 or 4 major potholes in front of the Tractor Supply right there, and I didn't know if when you had the seal coaters come in, if they pointed out any of these issues to you to make you aware that there was a potential for a pothole to form, which is now formed.
No, no, actually, they didn't point out the potholes on the lot. They just seal coated to spice up the property a little bit.
Right, and I understand that. So, that's why I'd really like to meet you there in person. That way I could point out everything, that could arise in the future and the issues that you have right now. Because there are some significant size potholes there on the property, and I'd like to get you there in person so you can see the severity of it, and I can give you a full report on all the issues that you're having.
Jimmy, I really appreciate the time and the care about this. I'm really, really busy traveling quite a bit. We're coming up to Christmas time and holiday time here, and it's just going to be hard to be on site. Why don't you just go visit the property? I'd appreciate if you did that and just send me over a quote. I'll give you my email address. You can send it over to.
Well, and like I said, I understand you're busy. Is there someone else that also is a decision maker that could meet me there?
Yeah, Rob could meet you there.
Okay, yeah. If you could go ahead and give me Rob's information, and I'll get a hold of him, and we can work everything out. And then I'll also attach you to the email, and then both of you can get the payment assessment.
Got it, got it. So I'll give you Rob's email address right now. It's rob at stripmallrs.com.
All right, Rob at stripmallrs.com. All right, and what's Rob's last name?
Wilkinson.
Okay. And then do you have his phone number as well?
I sure do. Yeah, yeah. And it's a
Can I-
mobile phone number. So I'll go ahead and give that to you. That's what it is.
All right, yeah, that'll be great. What is it?
422-346-8721.
All right, yeah, thanks. I'll go ahead and give him a call, and then you'll also be notified on the emails as well on everything that's going on.
Sounds great, man. Well, I appreciate the time very much. Did you want to ask me, if, if there were timelines that I'd be looking to get this done if everything looked good?
Oh yeah, how soon were you guys wanting to get these problems fixed?
I mean, if everything looks good and Rob's on side, I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't move forward with that right away. I mean, snow is coming. We don't want all that ice and snow in those potholes causing worse damage and even worse little skating rinks for, people to slip and fall on. That would be terrible.
Yeah, definitely. And I can get these taken care of really quick. So as soon
Great.
as everything, I get everything to you guys and you guys like it, I can take care of all those liabilities and make sure that everyone's safe when they're coming to your parking lot.
Hey, Jimmy, how long you guys been in business for?
Hey, I've just gotten started, and you know, like I said, I'm a local here in Athens, and this is very important for me. So you guys will be my first job, um, but I want this business to stick around for a long time because it's my lifeline. So this is very important to me, and I'm going to make sure that I take care of you guys.
Jimmy, say that one more time without hesitation and say that pure because you stumbled right there. And I need the conviction and the belief. I want that power coming out of you because you believe in what you're doing so very much. You're a leader, you're a strong man, and you're going to go and help these guys keep their pavement safe. All right. Hey, Jimmy, how long have you been in business?
Yes, Tony. So I just got started, but like I said, I'm a local here in Athens, and this business is my lifeline. So this job is very important for me, and I'm going to make sure that I take care of you guys because I need to do it right. So that way, I make a name for myself, but I also keep all the local businesses safe.
Hey, Jimmy, you want to know what, man? I'd love to give a local business and a guy like you a shot at this. Yeah, why don't I meet you down there with Rob and we're gonna go over the parking lot together and we're gonna figure out how to make this happen. I appreciate the call today, Jimmy.
All right, great, Tony. So I'll see you tomorrow at 3.
Sounds great.
All right, sounds good. See you then.
You'll send me an email with the calendar invite and make sure that you call me before you come, right?
Yes, yes, definitely. I'll send both of you an email, calendar invite. And do you want me to go ahead and touch base with Rob as well, or
Don't ask me, tell me that you're going to.
I'm going to go ahead and also get a hold of Rob and let him know so that there's no confusion on the times or anything.
Sounds great too. I'll also give Rob a call, right? So tell me that would you mind giving Rob a call to let him know about that as well? And you'll be calling?
And would you mind also giving Rob a call to let him know?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give him a call, man. Looking forward to meeting you, buddy.
All right, great. See you then.
See you then. Jimmy, do that 100 times. That was freaking awesome, dude.
Thank you.
What do y'all think of that role practice? Let's just go around the board. Cam Bullock, what do you think of that role practice? Any pointers, any tips, advice?
No, but definitely I can see the need for it. Like you said, because when you any sort of hiccups or ums or ahs and that sort of thing, it definitely makes it sound like you're not 100% sure yourself. And that's definitely something we need to be doing is making sure we're the top of our trade and we're here to make sure that it's all good.
We want to be world class at what we do. We got to practice. We got to train. You know, I'm looking at Billy smiling right now, like the number of times that he's done this and had these conversations. Michael Winley, Matt Phillips, right? Anthony, for those of you, Cameron, like you guys who are out there in the field doing this time and time and time again, it becomes natural. So hearing you guys, hearing Jimmy do a role practice like that, I'm interested in hearing what that was like for you. Anthony, do you mind coming off mute, man, and just giving some feedback on that role practice for a guy that's just getting cracking here?
Dude, yeah, that's awesome, Jimmy. And I put in the text there, you're doing what the 1% do right there just by doing it. Like if you call someone and get that far, you're already way ahead of the dude that only emailed or only had a Facebook ad or a Google ad. Like you're showing that you have enough initiative to go reach out to them. And you do that 10 times, somebody's going to want something done. So yeah, dude, be confident. Of course, that one was an extended one. I bet most of those conversations won't go that long, but I think that was just Judd helping you hit the points. But dude, if you do that, you're so far ahead of the game already. So yeah, be confident. I love how that's one thing Judd's always been, good about is just like reminding us be confident. Like you have a really just kind, nice demeanor. Just double down on that by a little bit of confidence, and you're gonna kill. So I'm proud of you for trying it. It's not easy to do in front of 20 people. So keep doing it, buddy.
Thanks, Anthony. Cameron.
So number one, great job, Jimmy. That was awesome. Two things. The I mean, everyone's gonna say most likely. Try and dial back on that. Be confident in yourself, like everyone else is saying. And number two, definitely pay attention to detail. So when you guys came back around, you had asked, "Hey, is there anyone else in the decision maker that I could get a hold of?" Instead of going that route, be like, "Okay, perfect. Is there any way I can get in contact with Rob and meet up with him on the lot?" Rather than asking him again who that decision maker is, because sometimes people think about that in the long term. But other than that, great job, dude.
Hey, look, we say this right on the sales jam this morning, Matthias, right, with our sales team in the morning on our morning huddle. We said constructive criticism is the best ever. We're not sitting here to criticize. We're constructively doing this for growth, right? Let's be honest. We're not all here for pixie dust and lollipops. Like we're here to actually get better and improve and become great at what we do, right? Not many people are training like this, straight up. Billy Ammons, come on, brother, let's do it. What feedback do you have for Jimmy?
I think he did great. I want to say that sometimes the close, the price is the hardest part. To me, sometimes the price can be the easiest part, right? Because you can pre-qualify them if you've been in sales, and that can kind of you ask them, you kind of can kind of feed into what budget they are. Like you can break it with humor, like like if they're just asking you from a lead, like it's coming through your website or Facebook or Instagram, however it's set up. And the lead says, "Can we have a quote for just a simple restripe?" No, nothing more. It gives a phone number. That's why they call. Well, you can go ahead and have an AK Dash. Go ahead and this is not a paid advertisement for AK Dash. I promise. Uh, um, but you can have like already your a proposal already drafted. So while you're on the phone, you're go ahead and sending it, and you're introducing yourself. You've done that. You maybe looked him up on LinkedIn. You already know his title. I mean, small things that take 30 seconds when it takes 2 hours to build a proposal. Do the small things. So you already know things, common interests that he likes. So even when you're distracted with your personal life, you can still be honed in business. You can be hyper focused. And so when they joke about price, so hey, Mr. Customer, when the last time you had it restriped, before COVID, before inflation, what did you pay? 5,000, 10,000, 100,000? Just just get them laughing. And no, I don't remember. It was through a different property manager. I just recently bought the property. Okay, great. So you haven't recently had it restriped recently. So I'm gonna send a better, best, and premium package and whatever is best for you. Just when we get back together and walk the lot, just determine what's going to be best. If it's a dealership, you already know they want looks. If it's like a 20-footer, hey, they just trying to get like trip hazards and paint on the ground, you know? So just kind of do some research. But Jimmy, you killed it, brother. Like, keep coming back. It's been a while since I've been here, but man, I'm coming back first night and learning. Thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the advice, man. It's good to have you here. Appreciate you being here. Culture.
Can I ask Jimmy that?
Yeah.
And I believe it was you mentioned to him a few issues that you seen on the lot. So by this time, while you're talking to him, have you already constructed a quote and you know the number already? Even though you're inviting him to meet you on the lot at this
If
time, do you have when you call, do you have your quote?
no, Jimmy doesn't have his quote yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cold calling local businesses and everything in my area, and so me being in the with I live in Athens County in Ohio, and Athens is a city about, I don't know, probably like 30,000-40,000, so it's kind of like small. So it's places that I visit on a daily basis, or at least a weekly basis. So it's just I saw it be seal coated, as I was, before I started the business. And then, now that it was seal coated and striped, now there's potholes there. So, you know, that was definitely, someone that I wanted to get in contact with, because it's like, why didn't they get this fixed, when they got it seal coated? There had to have been, signs that there was going to be these major potholes in the future. So it's just information that I already had in my mind. Yeah, I just wish I would have did that, on the initial call with him. But yeah, definitely.
I want to share something with you, Jimmy, that's going to help you tremendously if you practice it. If you consciously do this, I want you to write down two things on a piece of paper right now. Really, really important. Just write that down, and then those two fillers that you use, practice and train yourself. Try as hard as you can to do that for just a few days, where you're going to consciously try to really force it. It's one of the hardest things that you're going to work on, because it's a habit that has been built in you for years and years and years. But if you are to remove the two fillers, you will communicate effectively, more effectively. You're already super effective, but you'll communicate even more effectively. And you'll feel better speaking, because you're not using or in there, because of the words that you're placing together that are important to get a message through. And for those of you that are on here, if there are words that you are catching yourself doing, and it's a really hard habit to break. You should have seen when I'm filming content. You know how hard it was for a guy that failed school all through elementary school and high school, just barely made it, and like was terrible at English. I failed English all the time. You should have seen me through elementary and high school for public speaking. Man, I was scared shitless. And I would the whole way through, like I was having a real hard time, and I had to train myself out of that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to shoot content, which has attracted all of you here tonight, so that I could help you learn the same kind of stuff. Jimmy, practice that. You're doing so freaking well, dude. I'm so proud of you. You're awesome. Just getting started. You're going to be super successful, brother. Matthias.
I have also struggled with filler words a lot. Okay, so I've been in sales a long time. I've pretty much got rid of them. However, two situations where I find I still fall back into it. Number one, when I'm uncomfortable or I don't understand what the conversation should go like. So I find discomfort and I automatically go, and sort of, and I use words that are not confident. They're like sort of, kind of, and they're never really emote confidence. Number two, I find discomfort in silence. I'm a very expressive person. And when someone isn't saying something, man, it's like this awkward feeling that kind of rushes into your, like, it's like anxiety or something. I don't even know what to call it, but it's terrible. However, confidence and understanding of what you're presenting and practicing it gets rid of it all. So you don't have to worry about, hey man, I'm feeling this way or that way. Just going, knowing what you're going to do, knowing and understanding, and then listening really carefully helped me so much in not filling my conversation with a lot of filler words. You'll find it being so much easier by just practicing in the mirror. Practice with your wife, your partner. Just practice, and I tell you, it'll come a lot easier. Hopefully that.
It's awesome, Matthias. It's so true. You see, I just did it, right? So, Jimmy, are you using Chat GPT?
I do use ChatGPT.
Okay. Do you ever use the voice command instead of typing?
I have not done that.
Have you ever spoken with Chat GPT? Like actually with like engaged with audio?
No.
Have a conversation with Chat GPT with the voice. Just have your phone on the desk. Have a 2-minute conversation just about anything. Comfortable. And then do it with something that you're pitching, that you're uncomfortable with. And I want you to look in the transcript when it types it out and shows you the copy. Just count. You can actually tell, like, count the number of times I said, or, and it will start to count the number of times. And then if you do that today and you practice this for a week and next week you do the same thing, you'll see if you're progressing and improving. And that's the goal. 1% better every day, brother. It doesn't happen overnight. Practice though. All right. It's a little golden tip for you guys. Danny, you got your hand up.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear, brother.
Good deal. So I'm new to this, and I just reached out to Jimmy on the side here to a chat because this is my third or fourth call to jump on and to just try to start to absorb stuff. And Jimmy, I think I went to your website, and I'm shocked to hear that you're new at this and you've never done any jobs just from the look at your website. But everybody's in a different place, and for me, I've worked for a global company the last 19 years, and I'm more on the inventory management side and kind of sit between supply chain and the sales teams. So I've got to be good at and understand how sales work, how the customer is going to react, and how the rest of our supply chain works, because none of those other groups that I deal with, they think they understand how the rest of the organization works, and they really don't. And I found out already, just kind of talking to friends and sharing with them what I'm going to be doing going forward. Because I mean, the short story is the company I work for is moving a lot of jobs offshore, and I'll be out at the end of next year, but I'm walking away with a nice severance. So I'm set up in a really good position to take the next 2 seasons, hopefully, with some cash flow coming in to start to build the business. But I still have to, be on the job for most of this next year. So it's going to be kind of strange there. But one of the things when I get asked about, okay, well, that's kind of different. You've never done anything like this before. One of the responses I started giving is just because I just driving around and looking at lots, I started telling people, I can show you pictures of jobs that I've seen that have been done by companies that have been in business for years, and they look like garbage. So just because the business has been around for years doesn't mean the person doing the work has been on the job for years. So that's one of the things I will use when I get hit with that is how many years have you been in business? You know what? I'm new, but I care and I've got a passion for what and pride in what the output of the work is. I'm not here to just, spray black sealer and restripe your lot and take your money and run off to the next thing because my name is on this. And I can show you pictures of people that have been in business for years that they look like they just started. So just say it with confidence and talk to people like get to a point where it doesn't feel rehearsed. I don't know a stranger. It's easier for me to talk to people, but I don't know I don't know this business. So I'm afraid of stumbling as well. But I see you sent me your phone number, Jimmy. So I think you and I are we can kind of learn this thing together with the help of these folks here. So I'm looking forward to the journey.
Danny, you're in a good spot, man. You're in a real cool spot, and it's an honor and a privilege to be able to have you here as this new beginning for you, and to also be able to build something that you can be really proud of in a way that's not rushed. And also you're in a good spot financially to be able to start this, in a way that's, there's all kinds of different right ways, but you're able to start this with a level of being able to be trained in field. You have the opportunity to be able to fast track your sales processes and really get this business spinning up that then provides asphalt services, right? The foundational work up front, the core values, the culture, the marketing, the sales portions of this are really important while you're getting this momentum built up. And then doing the work out in the field, just understanding, how to do that work is really, really important. So congrats, man. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I think from and from an equipment standpoint, I'm already set up. I've already got a striping trailer set up. And everything's paid for. I just ordered a half pallet of the sealer and the RY10 and the crack cleaning machine, and that's been a long process to get it here, but FedEx is not doing me any favors. So right now, but yeah, from a standpoint of starting off without any debt in the business is a huge relief as well. So
you've got somebody on here, Danny. Actually, Matt Phillips has his hand up, but he's got a pretty awesome journey. When he first started, not exactly same, but as he started with it, a similar kind of situation, where he started small and scaled his business to a beautiful business. Matt, you've got your hand up, brother.
cool.
Yeah, I was going to throw this out to not just Jimmy, but everybody here. I mean, I've been in the business, plus 10 years now, and built a great business. And I still come to this roundtable. I have friends and family and coworkers that are like, "Why do you go to a roundtable? Why do you still go to that?" Because I do learn something here, and I want everybody on here, whether you've been here, first time or second time or 20th time or even like Billy M. And welcome back, Billy. We missed you. I remember when Billy first attended, and he was in your position there with just no machine or just starting his line striping. And now he gets on here and he's like throwing it down saying, "Hey, this is what you need to do," because he has learned. And that's the great thing about this roundtable. And I appreciate Judd and his team, Matthias and Dylan and all those guys that put effort into providing this for new people and people that are seasoned and people that have just accelerated their businesses and such. I mean, this is the opportunity, guys and gals, that this is an opportunity to take your business, from being hey, you're my first job, to, hey, I'm ready to sell my business and make a couple $1,000,000. So it is possible. It's totally out there to do that for the taking. And I just want to thank Judd and his team again. I don't, Judd hasn't sent me a paycheck ever, so I'm not just saying this because, I truly, you know, enjoy coming on to Roundtable, listening to people's experiences and learning from everybody. So yeah, just enjoy the ride, Jimmy. You're doing great. Be that, role play. Believe it or not, back 10 years ago when I first got my, I don't even know, it was the vault. It was, I forget what you called it, Judge. You just emailed me some PDFs or something and said, hey, here's some scripts. I did those not to follow those. I tried doing the scripts verbatim, but I just incorporated my own. And then once you learn and understand, back to kind of the core question on this, that you guys started out with, Judd, is when you're at a job and they say, oh, just give me a quote, just to kind of kick you off, just to get you out of their hair. Just once you get the experience and knowledge, you can just say, hey, I could do this parking lot for, $7,000 tomorrow. So once you get that experience and know where that number is, you'll get those jobs and it'll be easier. But I just wanted to throw that out. And if anybody has questions, I've had people reach out to me and say, what about this? What about that? Love to help you out if I can. Anyway, that was my 2 cents there.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. And to be a key part of the community as well. I know that you field questions and people reach out to you and stuff, and that's huge, man. We appreciate you, all that you do. That's why you have a sword. Skylar's got one too. Look at this. Look at the baby. Oh my goodness. Skylar Carmen. Dude. Amazing what we do this all for, huh?
It's my twin, bro. Can you tell?
Cool. I love it.
Hey, Judd, I got a question that's a little bit off of where we've been. I'm assuming we're kind of running out of things to talk about, so
You have the best mustache on planet Earth, by the way. Just letting
I
you know.
appreciate it, man. It's the face of the business here, isn't it? Um, I've man, we're so fresh in this thing. We got business cards and a website. That's where we're at right now. We don't got nothing else. Talking to Mateus every other day, telling him, hey man, just trust me. I'm gonna be sending you a PO sometime soon. Just wait, just wait. But I've gone ahead and I've already got a commitment on an Ace Hardware, 4 of them over about an hour and a half away from town. But I have my relationship from my current job with this owner, 4-chain Ace. He wants me to restripe all of his lots. As of right now, doesn't want anything crack fill or seal coat or anything like that, even though we are going to have that as a part of a service. Looking for some expertise here. I know that I'm going to be getting a Titan 3500S, and I know that there's oil based and then there's water based, right? And it feels like I'm just beating myself up over this because I'm a perfectionist. So I sat here all day looking through threads and different kinds of paint and what's going to work and what's not. You get different reviews on each one. So really the so what of everything that I've just said is, what paint do you think should be used, considering I don't know what paint was used prior on top of a line restripe? In the climate of Florida too, to keep that in mind as well.
You're gonna have 3 people that are gonna be talking over each other right now. I know it. 4 people maybe. But yeah. You have the right people. I'm gonna wait for somebody to barge right in and come off mute.
I'll barge in. Colder weather, get oil. I use oil. I have the 3500. I have 2 3500s and a Graco and actually I have a Titan 850 as well. I use oil because less cleaning, less clogs, less whatever. But it's really, you need to know what some places they don't want oil. If you're doing DOT stuff, at least in Utah, it has to be water based. But so I mean, my preference is oil. I think McCann might say yes or no to that. I think oil is much easier to keep your machine clean and running, and you don't have to clean it. You don't have to break it down and clean it as often as you do water based. And just starting out, that is going to be a game changer, because you can go do a job, you can let it sit in your trailer for 3 to 5 days, even a week or two, and just pick off the little gel ball on the front of your tip and start spraying. So
So that was
anyway,
another great point, Matt. I appreciate you throwing in
yep.
there too, because we're looking to do all four of these jobs relatively quick. I mean, I think with the restriping side of things, it's not like we're laying stuff out, right? You're able to kind of get in and get out. I mean, clearly it's going to be a whole day's worth of work, but I was wondering about that aspect as well, where if we know we're clearly going to be using a lot more white, jumping from one site to the next, would you be able to keep the paint in the Titan 3500 while you'd make a 35-minute drive down the road?
Oh,
So I think,
absolutely. I mean, I keep I don't even think I've touched my guns for a week and a half, and
mhm,
I know I can pull my gun out, clear. Literally, it's a little ball of gelled paint or
mhm.
acetone ball on the tip. Pick that off. Make sure I stir up my paint, spray my hose back into the bucket. That's the nice thing, is just spray it back into the bucket till you get, especially on the 3500, you'll get three. I'm trying to get my fingers there. You'll see three lines coming out of your tip when you have your tip reversed. So you'll see three distinct lines. And as soon as you get those three consistent lines, your pressure is correct, your line is clear. Switch over to your spray, set it, and go to town.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
What type of
I'll give you
sealer
just
are you
another quick.
using?
Judd called it. Good call.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, Matt's hit the nail on the head. Like, solvent is a lot easier to work with, and I would use solvent unless I was specified to use water-based, or if I was painting on top of emulsion sealer.
Yep.
So that's like a good general rule of thumb. The other thing is, if you're going to be leaving any paint in a machine, overnight, over a day, it's a good idea to use some like bearing grease. You put bearing grease on the tip, it'll keep everything inside the machine from getting any air inside of it, which will prevent it from drying out. So you have your intake submerged in paint, you have bearing grease, or you really just need something that's going to seal the system, and you can leave paint in that system for a while. Don't recommend it with water-based paint. Water-based paint will gum up and give you and your machines problems a lot quicker than oil-based will. And that's kind of what Matt was getting at, just in terms of the operational efficiency of it all.
And Judd, I'll even throw out on this here, for all of you that are starting to do striping right now, winter is actually a great time to do restripes, to go in and hit businesses that, one, they don't have budget for a seal coat, or two, it's too cold. You can't seal coat. But if you're just doing restriping, you can go in and say, hey, if this was a stripe job after a seal coat, it might run you $800 or $1,000, but for a restripe, I could do this for $400 or $600, because you don't have to really set up. You just go and you restripe, and you could restripe a McDonald's or something like that in an evening. So a lot of those places, and that's the other thing about the oil, is that you can spray at night, and it will still cure, because that oil will dry in colder temperatures and without the assistance of the sun, whereas water based that water has to flash off for it to cure. So
We've got something cool coming up too, guys. I'm gonna say this. Dylan's gonna kill me, of course, once I say it. But we have a striping free workshop that you're going to attend. It's going to be a 60 to 90-minute session, similar to what we did with the pothole hunting workshop. We're going to be doing that for striping. It'll be a 60 to 90-minute session, and it will be very similar. The people who attend that have interest in moving forward with a striping army, we will be putting that together as well. And I would just ask, like, for those of you that are in the pothole army right now, I know that there's some of you that are on that. Raise your hand if you've found it helpful so far in the sessions that we've had. Yeah, good. Yeah, good, excellent. So really, we want to just make that announcement. We'll announce dates as we get into the new year, right, Dylan? We're gonna mention the workshop dates, and then from there we'll make sure that there's a striping army set up as well. So we're excited about that. Danny, you've got your hand up.
Yeah, I was going to ask Matt, what's the coldest you would use water base and solvent?
Well, it just depends. So I'm in southern Utah, and I'm in a high desert, but we still 4 seasons, so I get snow and freezing temperatures. Really, I mean, it just depends. Water, water base is going to freeze, right? The problem with water is if you're doing a job and the temperatures are cold outside and the asphalt is cold, 30, 40 degrees or less, you're going to start shelling. Or if you've ever had an ice cream cone dipped in chocolate and that chocolate just crunches right off the ice cream, it'll do that similar thing. It may not do it right then, but when you go back and you see lines that are all flaked up, that's what's happened. Is traditionally it's from that cold. Billy's a line striper, and so I don't know if Billy's running oil or water or both or mixing. I do line striping with my seal coating, but I do sub out my line striping to a production line striping company. So they run water. When they'll switch over to water during the summer because they do a lot of DOT stuff, but during the winter he's now switching back over to oil. So it just depends. I use oil in mine just for the ease of not having to clean my machine each time I'm done with it.
Don't shy away from water either. Like we run water all year long until like about now, and then we'll switch to oil. But I mean, we lay 15, 17 pallets of waterborne traffic paint every year, every season. And, we have minimal issues. Like, again, a lot more detailed, but like we are cleaning our machines more. We are doing those type of things, but we do a variety mix of work. So, and it's just typically less slick. The paint's not as slick as oil bases. Like, you're typically not getting the cracks at the lines and a bunch of other things. So just it's all preference, really.
On that, Skylar, what's the lowest temp you would use then for your water base?
I would say very similar to seal coat. Like, you want to kind of like house paint or any exterior of 50 and rising. I'm sure manufacturer spec is somewhere around there. That's kind of our general rule of thumb. Oil base, we have painted with it flurrying, like it's slow. Like it's a chemical dry, right? It's ammonia evaporating out. So same thing with water, but ammonia will flash regardless. But yeah, Matthias is saying 20 degrees on oil base. Like, maybe you're not warrantying it, but like we've painted in some really cold temperatures, like, staying busy throughout the wintertime in oil.
Guys, we're 11 minutes over. We're in overtime right now significantly, and I would love to stay here all night with you guys. But the reality of it is we've got to try and keep it down to about an hour, just because this goes out in a podcastable, audio output, and then it goes on YouTube and these kind of things. So I try to keep them tight and organized. I know that you guys have Johnny, you've got your hand up and stuff. You've got email addresses, you've got contacts that are on here as well. The goal here is to build the community further, guys, and work together. The other thing too, I do want to mention, which is really, really important, and it helps, there's coaches on here that pay it forward constantly, right? And so one of the things that I do always recommend as well, if you do have the means to be able to invest into coaching, it's one of the best investments that you will ever make for your business. I just transparently, I invested into coaching just recently for 4 days for a guy to come down here. It was a major price tag, guys. It was just, we'll say tens of thousands of dollars, okay, for 4 days. And it changed literally the trajectory of my life in a short period of time. In 2 days with this guy, things massively changed my outlook on life, the way that I operate, the business, where we're going to take Asphalt Kingdom, being able to do things that go way beyond what we've done to serve you guys. That all happened. And so don't see coaching. And I mean this just, just as clearly as I can, you guys, don't see it as a cost or expense. See it as an investment, right? The athletes invest into coaching, business people who are successful invest into coaching. And I'm not trying to pitch this on you guys. I'm just saying that, that's a good way for people to be able to come back here time and time again and really feel that push-pull environment. It's a special thing, Nobody's asking for a cent when you guys come to the round table. We just ask for you guys to come and operate in a nice passionate way and unity and collaboration and positivity and these kind of things. But that's where I was going with that. If you guys need help and you want to fast track that, we do have support for you guys that can help you to get there faster. All right.
Before we close off too, next week, we have a special guest coming in, and it's in regards to our pothole side of things, infrared and so on. So if you guys want anything to do with that, or want any information on that, perfect time to join on it. And by the way, it'll be our last one until the new year, correct, Judd?
That's right. Yeah. And so who's our special guest, Matthias? Make the announcement. Let's do it.
His name is Matt Keysweater. He's from Heat Design, and he builds infrared units for us. He's built one. He's got some great stories. I won't give it away because he's probably going to tell it when he comes, but phenomenal stuff that he's going to share with you on infrared stuff.
He also owns, in addition to a manufacturing facility that manufactures hot box, recyclers, and infrared machines, he's second generation, so second gen. He's also second generation for the business that they own, which does major municipal pavement repairs as well, using their equipment that they manufacture. And so there's a multiple seven-figure company that's coming, as well as a manufacturer, and that guy is the same guy. So Matt Keysweater is a phenomenal human. He's a good friend of mine, and Matthias is going to be working on some interview questions along with me for Keysweater. And so if you guys want to be there and you've got some questions around pavement repair, asphalt repair, it's probably a good one to join. Looking forward to that. Thanks, Matthias, for
Can you guys put his info in the chat?
We're going to send out. So if you're a part of the roundtable, you got the notification, correct? You did. So you're going to get an email that's going to have all the details with the invite as well for the roundtable. Make sure that Mario gets that out, right, Matthias?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Hey, listen, we appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for the teamwork. What was the acronym? You guys remember the acronym? Jimmy, what's the acronym? TEAM. What is it? Click that unmute button. What does TEAM stand for?
Together.
Together, everyone achieves more.
Everyone achieves more. That's it.
Love it. Fantastic. Hey, appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Same time, same place, right here on the AK Roundtable. See you guys.
Thanks, everyone. Good to see you all.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Matthias. Matthias, I love you. Thank you. Love you, brother. Bye.
Same here, man.